Okay, hello, my name is Blake Billy, and I'll be explaining my bullet bill animation for programming fundamentals. Okay, so as you can see, I have my bullet bill animation here. I have a fire button. Whenever I let go, it says paused, and there's a counter in the bottom right-hand corner. So I have to hold down the button in order for it to go, because once you let go, it goes into the paused formation. And I have these sliders up here as well. I have an explanation saying the slider, slow on the left, bullet bill speed adjuster, and then it's fast on the right. So if I put it on the very far left, the bullet bill will go astoundingly slower when it's going through the screen. And then when I put it on the right, it'll be going a lot faster. And if I click the restart button, it restarts the whole thing. It even restarts the counter. Like, as you can see, I have 1, 2, and now 3. Now if I click the restart button, it goes back to 0 and it restarts everything. The bullet bill also goes straight back into the cannon as if you're reloading the cannon. Now, my code for this entire animation over here, I'll try to explain it as best as I can. So here are my variables at the very top. It's just everything like my button X, button Y, my reset bullet, fly, angle, all of that stuff. I'll explain to that later. Here's my setup function where I have the title, which was the first one that just stated bullet bill animation. Then the one for the slider, which is the bullet bill speed adjuster. Then I have the reset button, the slider here, and then I have all my variables here and the values of them. Then I have the canvas, which is 400 at 400 because that's what it is for Khan Academy. So that's the best ratio to have it in. And then I have angle mode and degrees because I also have some arcs, and if it's not in angle mode, then it freaks out, and degrees mode kind of saves it. Okay, so here I have my draw bullet animation. This is just what draws the bullet, like the shape of it, and then here we go, the draw cannon draws the cannon shape, draw floor, which draws all the bricks and everything, and then I have over here draw cloud, then draw button over here, which is the fire button that you hold down, and once you let go it does pause. And then I have reload cannon, which when you click the reset button within the program, then it resets everything. So the bullet X goes back to -20, which is where the cannon is. Bullet count goes back to 0. That's how the bullet counter restarts. Reset bullet goes to true, which is the function that resets the entire bullet back to -20 and restarts the counter. And then pause mode is also true because we're not holding down the button for the bullet to move. Now for the draw function here, I have all of this stuff, and the slider, the background, no stroke. Background, of course, in order for the bullet bill to move consistently without it overlapping its shapes. So here I have bullet X, and I'm saying bullet X is greater than 388. 388 is technically the value when the bullet bill officially goes off the screen. So once it goes off the screen, reset bullet is false. And what that means is that once it's off the screen and reset bullet is false, it needs to reset. Because if reset bullet is false over here, bullet X goes back to -20, which, like I stated earlier, is technically where it's hidden inside of the cannon. Now, if bullet X is less than 388, reset bullet is true, meaning it won't reset and it'll keep on going until it gets to that point. Pause mode is always in true mode because it'll only be false if you're pressing down the button. So if reset bullet is true, meaning it's not resetting, and the mouse is pressed, and the mouse X is greater than or equal to 35, mouse X is less than or equal to 100, and mouse Y is greater than or equal to 269, and it's less than or equal to 300, which is essentially the coordinates for where the fire button is. The background is set, pause equals false, meaning it'll be the bullet bill is moving, it's not in pause mode. The bullet is drawn, and the bullet bill speed is stated here. If you don't mess with the slider, it will go at this constant speed rate, which is 4 for X, the X coordinate. And then we have here afterwards drawing everything, so that way when it's not in pause mode, everything is still drawn. If pause mode is true, meaning we're not holding down the button, then it'll state paused up above between the two clouds in the red text. And then if pause mode equals false, and if bullet X equals 388, bullet count plus plus. So this means whenever the bullet is reset, because it reaches the coordinate 388, then the counter will go up. So it'll count how many bullets have passed the 388 thing, meaning anytime it goes through reset bullet, basically, it adds 1 to the counter. so you can know how many bullets have fired across the screen. And then lastly, I have here is the text, which is bullet bills fired, and then plus bullet count and the coordinates for it there. That is just for the statement over here in the bottom right hand corner of the bullet bills fired 0. So that way you can record how many bullets you fired that go across the screen. And that's my entire animation. The bullet goes across. Once you let go, it stays paused right in between the two clouds here. I have the brick floor here, the clouds here, the cannon, the bullet. The reset button, which restarts the entire program, and a slider that adjusts the speed of the bullet. And that's it. Thanks for watching.